Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the 8-Bit Adventures podcast. I am your host, Sean Hayes, and this is episode 356, bringing you the latest and greatest gaming news of the past week. So for those watching live, this is an early edition, as I will be on the road tonight at the normal live streaming time. So wanted to get this done sooner. And this might be a little bit of a shorter episode. We actually do have some news topics today, and not depressing like last week's episode was. So not only will I not be kind of half asleep and rambling during one of the segments, but now some if it's not there is negative news, but it's not depressing so much as hilariously negative. So yeah, hope everyone's had a great week. It's Attack of the Vine has released for Lorcana. So that, of course, is another renewed. That's going to be one of the news topics today. Tangentially, not talking about the release itself, but some of behaviors surrounding it. And then, yeah, it's just finishing up kind of on a 2-week stretch without the kiddos. I wanted to stream this week. And then it turns out, I guess it's just my body caught up with me and was like, no, you're going to be too tired by like 8 o'clock at night. So, now I am on vacation next week, so I may do some daytime streaming. So that might be fun. Not sure what I would do. Maybe Lorcana, maybe World of Warcraft, maybe Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm not quite sure yet. But that may be on the radar. So, I kind of need to do more streaming to keep my affiliate status, I bet. So, may try and get more of that done. But enough about that. Let's get into this week's news. Nope, that's the wrong frame. There we go. Gamesindustry.biz reports that Todd Howard published an outline of the company's roadmap, which includes Fallout 6. Is it Fallout 6 or Fallout 7? Elder Scrolls 6, remasters of Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, and continued support for Starfield. He also stated that ZeniMax Online Studios will be partnering more closely with Bethesda for work on Elder Scrolls Online, which will continue to receive support. Now, I put that in the summary. That is what he said. First thing I want to get into is ZeniMax Studios. Sounds like that may be, of course, in response to the massive amount of layoffs that ZeniMax got. So sounds like Microsoft may have said there's too many redundancies. ZeniMax, one of the studios could support the other in working on ESO. I don't know how I feel about that because, Bethesda has said that Elder Scrolls 6 is now at the front of their pipeline. And it's been 8 years since it was first announced, which kind of puts it around the same timetable as Metroid Prime 4. And the reason why that took so long was it switched studios and had to be rebuilt from the ground up. So I don't know what is happening there. Because as a reminder, folks, it was the trailer for it was in 2018. And if that didn't make you feel old already, its predecessor, Skyrim, came out 15 years ago. So I don't know, if it's their I don't know if there's stuff that like assets that could be shared between the two, but like ESO's an MMO and it's been a live continuous service. So yeah, it felt kind of like lip service to be like, oh yeah, we're not addressing like, oh yeah, we know that like half the studio got let go, so we're gonna work closely with them, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them like remerge, um, just because of what was happening, personnel wise. So that's the first thing that I wanted to get out of the way with that statement. The next one I did kind of talk about is Elder Scrolls 6 is like, what is happening? Basically all we got was that and the new Fallout game are going to be developed using the same engine. But like that was it. No other news about it. So, yeah. And that they were, they're still going to support Starfield, which I don't know, man. I really feel like that maybe they should have just not worked on Starfield. But yeah, that's just my take. As it seems like it's not super popular. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it gained some popularity. I know at launch it was not popular. And I don't know if like they decided like, nope, we're gonna stick to it, or if it's just like a sunk cost thing, or maybe it was kind of like No Man's Sky where it launched not very popular, then they did a couple content updates, then it started to gain popularity. I don't know. I do know that a lot of people were upset that it just wasn't Elder Scrolls 6. So, yeah, that's it for Bethesda. So next up, our topic. So talking about Lorcana and Attack of the Vine is out. In addition to that, there was a special, like limited product. Okay, so they did this like a while back where it was like the collector's set where it was like 6 cards with alternate art and stuff like that. Something that they should be doing, like this is what they should be doing with like epic cards and giving them that treatment of maybe like not as fancy as Enchanted's, but like something a little different so that people actually care about epic cards. But this is a limited set. This one in particular is all princesses. And it's the Curator's Collection Heroines Edition. So, this was announced that it's not available at all retailers. It is only available at like specific Disney locations. So naturally, now that the scalpers and Pokebros have discovered Lorcana, chaos has ensued. So, Disney Store on Oxford Street in London, okay, announced that it was going to have this product. They were going to do a big event and everything. 12 hours before the store was supposed to open, there was a queue of people that stretched 4 blocks. Okay. That in and of itself is, hype, but not necessarily the problem. The problem was that scalpers tried jumping the line and starting fights. And that caused it to turn into like a riot. So the store said, we're not doing the event and we're not opening today. And is in fact closed until further notice. I cannot imagine that happening in the US. Like imagine like it's so like Black Friday levels of like late 90s Black Friday levels of mass hysteria going on to get this product. And imagine the store just like seeing what's happening before it even opens and going, nah, go home. We're not doing it. So yeah. And then there were also, so it was also available at downtown Disneyland in California, Disney Springs in Orlando, and Disneyland Paris. I saw videos of several of those things. It is people like sprinting Disneyland Paris had people like jumping fences, pushing people over, knocking people down. So like a bunch of these to score this product, but just like it had a long, sort of Disney style long queue system to do it. And these guys are just like crashing through gate and trying to jump gates and knocking stuff over, pushing people out of the way, like hopping through landscaping. And it's like, it's too much. It's too much. I heard reports from Disney Springs that it was like 2,000 to 3,000 people showed up. They were just like running across the street. I don't remember which one it is. If it's like, I don't remember which street it is, but it's like it's like 4-lane highway both ways. And people are just like running across to get to Disney Springs to get in, which like there's a security queue to get in. So I don't know if they were like jumping the queues and stuff and everything, but it's causing problems. It's going to cause problems. And it's going to cause problems to the point where like it's going to ruin it for everybody, because there's going to be security crackdowns. In the case of Orlando, there's probably going to be Osceola County Sheriff is probably going to get involved in the future. So, yeah. Scalpers, go home. Nobody likes you. Who are you selling that product to? Like, who? And that's like, I feel like it's, I don't know if like they're doing it and then flipping, and like they're just flipping the box, if they're flipping the individual cards. My guess is like they're going to buy it and then flip the unopened box, like the still sealed box, to, I don't know, big time collectors. It was, I ended up selling a very valuable Magic the Gathering card that I had yesterday to a local game store. And I said it this way. I was like, my general stance is cardboard is cardboard. When it reaches a certain point, I'm more than happy to offload that cardboard to people who are kind of silly enough to pay exorbitant prices to it. And I don't mean that in respect to my local game store, because the intent is that, like, he's going to turn around and sell it for like the actual market price kind of a thing. It's the people that are on that receiving end who are paying thousands of dollars for a 2.5 inch by 3.5 inch piece of cardboard for a game piece. Right. And it's just like, it's stupid. So, yeah, that's perhaps my my lukewarm take on the situation. And it's just gearing right up for the next bit of news, which is Octopath Traveler 1 and 2 are coming to Switch 2. This is great news. They're great games. Square Enix not doing upgrades for them. The thing that like was always the goodwill that like Nintendo was doing, where like if you already had the Switch 1 version, you could upgrade to the Switch 2 version for like $5 to $10. Unless it had like significant add-ons or whatever, like I guess Kirby did, so it was like $20. But still, like you weren't having to re-buy the whole game. But evidently Square Enix is going to Square Enix, and like there's definitely examples of companies that seem to hate their fan base as much as Square. But like they keep coming up. And it's just like, why? Like, because here's the thing. I'm not going to rebuy it for, better frame rate. and maybe like upscaled to 4K or whatever. Like, I'm not paying a full price of a game for that when I already have it. Here's the other part. You cannot import your save files from the Switch 1 versions. They are incompatible. So it's really like, who is this for? Like, who would be interested in this game on Switch 2 that did not already purchase it on Switch 1? But at least it is coming in physical and digital, or a digital bundle. So, I mean, at least you can get it physical, which is, you know, more than what we can say for Sony stuff coming down the line. But I don't know what is happening over at Square Enix that just makes them seem to hate consumers so much. So yeah, I guess if you've never played it, you know, you can give it a shot on Switch 2. But like, if you're like me and you've absolutely already played it before, like, there's no point. There's no point in getting the Switch 2 version. So, and I don't know. Who knows? Maybe if people don't buy it, then Square. Because here's the thing, like, I don't think these are gonna sell. And I feel like Square could have made more money by offering the upgrade path for people like me, where, let's say, you know, you offer it for $10 a game, you know, like $5 to $10 a game. Cool. Now, instead of not making any money off of people like me, now suddenly you've made $10 to $20 minus, you know, the fees that Nintendo does. So, yeah, congrats, Square Enix. You continue to continue your trend of anti-consumerism. All right. Last bit of news. This is both exciting and infuriating. Stardew Valley is going to be the latest Secret Lair Superdrop from Wizards of the Coast for Magic the Gathering. This, I love Stardew Valley. I am the target audience for this Secret Lair, and it's 3 of them. It's 3 Secret Lair drops, and it's like Dance of the Moonlight Jelly's Super Drop or whatever. So there are 3 different Secret Lair sets for Stardew Valley. But it's like, I can't. I play Magic maybe like 4 times a year. I don't know if I can justify it. And it's not a print on demand one. It's a limited one. So there's going to be a queue to get into the queue, right? This is, imagine, in the context of like an MMO, all right? So you have the queues to get into the server. Imagine if you had to reserve a spot to have advanced priority to get into the queue to get into the server. And that's what's happening here, is like, you are going to be able to like sign up to have like priority when entering the queue to be able to buy stuff. But like, you also, like, they don't reserve product if it sits in your cart. Like, you have to go through the transaction and just like buy whatever you want to get, like right then and there. So I feel like that's kind of been the case for the past, like, I feel like that's just the general thing now for Secret Lairs, instead of just doing a print on demand. So that sucks. But yeah, so a lot of the art features, you know, start like using the Stardew Valley art style with the pixels and everything. I don't know if those are done by Concerned Ape himself, or if it's artists that are partnering to use that art style. But it's pretty close for a lot of them. And then there are other ones with like more traditional, sort of like digital painting type art. Most of the cards are existing cards. There is one new card. So I'm sure everybody's going to be all up in arms about that. I don't know if it's a very good one. So, so it's Stardew Valley is the new original card, which means that at some point there will be a Universes Within version. It is a land. You can tap it for a colorless land. You can pay 2 and tap it to create a food token, or I think it's you can just tap it and you give target opponent one of your permanents, and then they just have it. And I don't know if you get something of theirs in exchange, or if it's just you give them one of your permanents. Let me just see if they have it. Nope. So one of the cards, Lucky Purple Memento, is a version of Puko's Mischief. So let's see. Other ones include, Stardew Valley, as you pay 3, choose target permanent you control, draw a card, then another player of your choice may gain control of that permanent. Activate only as a sorcery. So yeah, I mean there's like John Arenicus deck where you just fill your deck full of bad creatures, or things that like you give it to somebody and then like you remove it, and when it removes play, like they lose or something. You could do that. A reprint of Wedding Ring as Mermaid's Pendant. That one, that works. That's flavorful. Great. Pierre's Truce. Oh yeah, the artist is Concerned Ape. That's cool. So Pierre's Truce is a reprint of Dawn's Truce. And then there's Swords to Plowshares, Rites of Flourishing. There's the Welcoming Committee, which is the art up here on the video. Kanaios and Tiro of Miletus, and then Soul Ring and a food token. There's also, and those are all, that whole set is art by Concerned Ape. Then the other ones have like more traditional Magic the Gathering art. So we got Crop Rotation, Fountain Port as Community Center, Homeward Path as Pelican Town, Command Tower as the Tower of Rasmodius, Yava Maya, Cradle of Growth as Valley Farmstead, Atsushi, the Blazing Sky as Royal Serpent, Mitotic Slime as Big Slime, Arcane Signet, which makes Clint far more epic than he has any right to be. He looks so epic and awesome, and he's not. He is, anybody that's played Stardew Valley knows Clint's bad. Sword of Forge and Frontier as the Galaxy Sword, Treasure Vault featuring the trio. So you've got Alex Sebastian and, oh my goodness, I'm drawing Abigail. I'm like, how can I forget her name? It includes an Ooze token for Mitotic Slime and Treasure token. So yeah. I think so here's the thing. I think what's going to happen for me is I'm probably going to just download the files and then like make some proxies, cuz it would be, to get all 3 non-foil is $90. So it's $90 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. $90 for 20 cards. So you're paying $4.50 a card. When some of them are like tokens. So yeah. I mean, the art looks nice. I'm mad about it because it's a limited release. Whereas like if it was print on demand, I might consider it. You know, like I might try and save up some money and do it. And it's in 9 days. It's on the 27th is when this is happening. So it's like I have a little bit of money squirreled away. You know, I could dip into that for this. But it's the fact that like, oh, and the bundle. So they do like an everything bundle where it's all of them for 220. Like it's both foil and non-foil. And then there's the foil. Oh, the non-foil bundle is $100. Oh, that's why. Because the one with all the art from Concerned Ape is $40 instead of $30. So that extra $10 goes to Concerned Ape. Yeah. So, all right. So here's what it is. Select bundles will also come with a foil. Oh, that Puka's Mischief. Well, wait, where does Stardew Valley appear? Non-foil editions of Secret Lair and Stardew Valley Welcome to Stardew will be available at WPN game stores at a later date. Oh. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. I may have to ask my local game store about it then. That may be. I would rather inquire about it there since I have store credit than sending it directly to Wizards. Okay. But, all right, so here's the process. Creating a Wizards account, double-checking your address, enter the pre-queue. Pre-queue opens at 11 a.m. or 8 a.m. Pacific time, 8 a.m. Eastern time, 1 hour before the sale goes live at 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time. To enter the pre-queue, add any product to your cart and proceed to checkout. When the sale begins, customers already in the pre-queue are randomly assigned a spot in line. Anyone who proceeds to check out after 9:12 enters the queue in the order they proceed to check out. Adding products to your cart does not reserve them. They are only secured once checkout is completed. So that's what we got. Superdrop of the Moonlight Jellies. Man, I'm so mad. It was like with all the stuff going on with Lorcana, it's been like trying to figure out where to allocate my fun money. And like Wizards just drop stuff like that. And it's like, oh yeah, 10 days from now, we're going to do this. And it's like, you got to give me more lead time on that, man. You can't. Ugh. So, all right. That is the last bit of news. So that is going to take care of everything for this week. That's going to wrap things up. So, thank you all for joining me for this early edition. Of course, if you're listening to the audio version or you're watching the video version, it will go up at the normal time. But watching live, back to Saturday morning. I do like it so much better than doing it Saturday night. So thank you all for joining me for this episode of the 8-Bit Adventures podcast. If you would like to see more content from 8-Bit Adventures, go check out 8bitadventures.com. If you'd like to help support that content, you can do so by becoming a patron over at patreon.com/8bitadventures. You can also subscribe on Twitch. Don't forget that if you have Amazon Prime, you get one free sub a month. Granted, I don't stream a lot, so I don't blame you if you'd rather use that somewhere else. But, I would like to still give a shout out and thank you to all of my current patrons, all of my current subscribers. Thank you for your continued support. And as always, our opening theme is One Up by Professor Shy Guy. You can find his work over at professorshyguy.bandcamp.com. And with that, we're done. So I gotta get stuff packed up for my trip tonight and pre-release today. Hope everyone has a great week and weekend. And as always, have fun, happy gaming, and enjoy your pie cake.